Hi Scorpio, welcome back to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth and I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader. This Scorpio is your general bi-weekly reading for the time between the 23rd of January and the 6th of February. I'm going to draw 6 cards initially. The first 3 cards are going to relate to this last week in January, and the second 3 cards are going to relate to this first week in February. Okay, I've already shuffled and meditated. I'll do a little bit more of that on camera and then we'll get started. What am I doing here? Well, I've done it. That's at the base of your reading. I don't know what I was... That happened for a reason, clearly. Okay, so this is the card at the base of the reading, the High Priestess, okay? For those of you that don't know, these are your cards for the January, February, and this is one of your clarifiers, okay? So, base of the reading is our High Priestess. The card at the base of the reading is the overall energy or the overall experience, karmic experience of this period. And really for you, this is about trusting your intuition. I mean, it's hilarious that I get that. I love this card. Obviously, I'm a tarot reader, so I love this card. Because it is all about our intuition. It's all about listening to our intuition and being really committed to that, staying committed to that, recognizing that there's value in it. There's value in our emotions and in our emotional experiences. There's value in that, and it can teach us a lot. And really that is what you're being sort of encouraged. That's the overall energy, I should say, for this next 2 weeks. So let's have a look at the month, of January. Wow. Scorpio, I mean, we've talked about listening to your emotions. We've got a new emotional, or you've got a new, I ain't a Scorpio, you've got a new emotional beginning coming within the form of the Ace of Cups. What a beautiful energy. This is the first, this is a number 1. So it's all, number 1s are about initiation, new beginning, good luck, auspicious circumstances, think good things happening for us, good fortune. Aces are related to that. So they're also related to success. And this is the Cups energy. So this is all with your emotions. This is with your emotions and your feelings and your intuition. I was saying I love this card because I'm a tarot reader, but maybe some of you want to do something like that. A more spiritually based existence, a way of living. I get the sense that that's what some of you may be going after, especially with this Ace of Cups here and the High Priestess. That's really nice. If it's with a love, as soon as I said love, this talks to me, this card. If this is regard to a love situation, I'll be doing your love readings for February next week. I'll be uploading those next week. So this is just general. But if it is love, excuse me, then this is potentially it's saying to you, you've got feelings. There's feelings there. There's things that are real. There's emotions that is real. But you need to listen to yourself. Listen to your emotions and feelings. And don't just disregard them. Yes. Isn't it funny? Because if you watch my channel, sometimes I can have 7 blooming clarifiers. It just depends whatever comes out. But your reading was like, nope, very clear. And it's very nice how it's come through this way, because actually this is suggestive of, trusting your intuition when it comes to a connection or a feeling, how you feel about somebody, or a romantic connection from the past. Now, it might not be a romantic, it is. Sorry, it is. This is related directly to love for the people that I'm speaking to. We can relate it to other things. It can be related to, this is your past, so it could be childhood, your childhood. Some of you could be becoming mothers, becoming parents for the first time. This is definitely could indicate that. But yeah, it's looking like there's a new emotional beginning happening in some of your relationships this week, or there could be some reconciliations, etc. But it's also, remember the intuition card. The first card out is the High Priestess, so it's about trusting your intuition. But I feel like it's saying go for it, because aces are like a yes, and we saw that one first, then we saw the Ace of Cups first. So it's like going yes, like listen to yourself, yes, listen to your intuition, and indicating that it is someone that you potentially already know, or feel that you already know, like a maybe past life connection thing. You might feel that. Okay, so the next card we've got is the Eight of Cups. So this is about walking away or moving away from something. So it could be, with it being a number 8, it's about a cycle, a cycle that you've been in, that you've been entrenched in emotionally. So it could be that you've been sort of refusing to let someone go, or refusing to take someone back, or refusing to accept how you feel about this person, or whatever. And there's a reason though why. There's something beneath the surface for you here. This card will probably give us more information, these two cards here, about this actually. But I'm going to leave them as they are. There's a reason behind your not walking away from something. You haven't been able to walk away from some sort of emotional experience, a way of thinking about yourself or perceiving yourself. You're the type of person that says about yourself, oh my god, I'm so dramatic, or oh my god, I'm so extra. Like you will be self-deprecating and put yourself down. But actually what that does is someone labelled you that way in the past, and then you sort of took ownership, if you will, of that word, to empower yourself. I mean, this is, do you know what, I won't go, I'm right political today. But I've heard that before being used. I've heard that that idea being used before, where they say that I'm a this, so I'm gonna call myself this, and therefore I will feel stronger and more empowered. But actually, ultimately, what you do is, by doing that, is you're refusing to let go. You're refusing to move away from something that's actually and you're refusing to really understand the hurt and the pain that was caused you. Okay, so it might be that it's looking like you've got to start to realize you can't keep saying about yourself, oh my god, I'm so dramatic, because or whatever it is about. I don't know why. Did you like my accent? That was an American accent. Oh my god, I'm so dramatic. Okay, but you can. I thought that were good. I mean, I know there's just me here, but anyway, whatever. There's a sense of having to really walk away from you're entrenched. You're like entrenched in a way of thinking about yourself. So you might be that person. For example, this has come up. I can say it. For example, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. those stupid phrases that people always use. Those cliches that people use, and they use them about themselves, and people will say to, oh, look, she's always on her own here, or whatever, always the bridesmaid, never the bride, always coming in second, never lock it down. And so you then start to take ownership of that and say, oh my god, I'll never get married, me, oh yeah, I'm destined to be on my own forever. And actually, what you need to do is let those old ideas and ridiculous ideas go, because it's so strange how we become who people tell us we are. We become who we tell ourselves we are as well. So I think that our voices should be the loudest ones in our heads, and not all this other stuff. Because look, we've got this security coming your way, with the Four of Wands. We've got this. These are like your 4 non-negotiables, the things that you need to feel secure: passion, great sex. He's gonna have a big will. No, I'm just. You're on my last reading, so I'm just letting it all hang out. Anyway. I don't know what is wrong with me today. I've not worked for 3 weeks, so I'm like dead. Like I'm so, like, honestly, if you saw my face right now, it looks like I've been punched in the face. I haven't. Apart from the universe has punched me in the face. I'm like, oh, I'm in so much pain. Anyway, so I'm a bit delirious. I've not spoken to people for like weeks because I've just been in bed on my own watching Netflix. Anyway, so give Netflix recommendations in the comments, please, because I need some recommendations. I'm going to do a separate video for that. So anyway, you've got the Four of Wands here. So this is about security. This is about having those things that you need and want in your life. And it looks, this is linked. I feel like these two cards are linked, even though I've not seen it yet. I feel like this is like, do you know what I mean? Go away. Like, it's time for this. You've got a way of thinking about yourself. So as I said, you might have been single for a long time. People might be always telling you, oh, you're always going to be single. You're never on your own. You're always going to be single. And then you start to believe, oh my God, I'm always going to be on my own. I'm single. But you let that go this month in January, and finally when you let that go, you have a new emotional beginning. You think differently about yourself, you think differently about your prospects, about your future, and you really need to just stop taking on stop it, just stop it. You know, you've got to start to listen to what those words do to you. It's like, I'm going to say it, and I didn't want to say it because I don't like to get political, but it's like the N-word. People use I don't use it. People use the N-word, and black people use the N-word, and they say, you know, Jay-Z, whatever, for example, they say, oh, it's because, you know, that word was a racial slur, and we're taking it back, we're empowering ourselves with this word or whatever, and that's I do not judge them for using that. Words are so important. Words are powerful. Language is so important. Language is so powerful, and the words that I choose to use, I might swear, I might whatever, but that's my choice, and I think everyone has got the right to use words, their language, the way that they want to use them. So I ain't dissing Jay-Z. I love Jay-Z, but it's like you get stuck in that way of thinking. So if you call yourself, I mean, I don't call myself the N-word, but if you call yourself that, then that's what. Do you know what I mean? I don't listen. I'm just saying. I'm saying it straight. I'm saying it straight, Scorpio. I'm saying it straight. You keep yourself stuck in this way of thinking when you just refer to yourself in the way that they refer to you. You're lazy. If he tells you you're lazy, it tells you you're lazy, every single day for 6 years, which is what happened to me. Then it doesn't matter how hard you work, you might break your neck working, not physically break your neck in a metaphorical sense, and you will still think that you are lazy because you then take on that ownership of what those people said to you, who those people thought you were. And they only thought you were that because of their own insecurities and their own inadequacies. You need to let that go, because that is what... And it's like some of you are still stuck. Things might have moved on in your world. You might be newly engaged, for example. This is the marriage card. You know, you might get into a new relationship and you are still thinking of yourself in the old way. And you need to let that go. And you need to realise that as well. You need to realise that and recognise that. And you know, the Eight of Cups goes to the Hermit card, which is number 9 in the Major Arcana. And that's what it is. It's about soul searching, going within with this card. This is linked to Virgo, so it's the diligence and the healing energy of Virgo. You know, as a Reiki, I always link that energy, I shouldn't do it really, but I do. I link it to short career, which is the earth energy, the symbol that I wear here. I'm an earth sign, I'm a Capricorn. And I always link it to this energy because it's about, the Hermit energy is healing. It's about experiencing healing. And anyone who knows, like me, for example, who's been in this energy for the last 3 weeks, i.e. I've been unable to get out of bed because I've been so ill, that's the Hermit. But what people tend to do when they're ill, not what I do, what people tend to do is they'll take paracetamol, they'll take tablets, you know, they'll try to feel better, you know, they'll try to get the illness to go. I don't do that. because I don't, when I say to you guys I experience the energy, it's so that I can tell you what it's like. It's about the revelations that you have. It's not about suffering. It's about feeling what you're experiencing. It's about just allowing yourself to experience what you're experiencing. with these two cards, with the High Priestess and with the Hermit. And with the Hermit, it's about, because you have to go through healing, there's things that need to be, you need to realise, look inside yourself and realise that is still there, that you're still holding on to that, you're still holding on to that label, you're still holding on to that way of seeing yourself or thinking about yourself. You hold on to that, and actually you're starting to realise this is what you're being encouraged to do. You're starting to realise, in February, going into February, you're being encouraged to look within your heart, to look within your soul, and to look at the labels that you've held, to look at the things that you hold on to, that now you don't no longer need to hold on to anymore. Okay, it's right at the beginning we said about this card here, the High Priestess. She's about, you've got to listen to your emotions. You've got to realize that they're important, that it matters how you feel. Who are these people? Honest to God, the people have done us a right disservice, in the 50s and in the 60s, telling people that they shouldn't have emotions and that emotions are rubbish, and that if you have a dream about a banana, then it's about a willy. I mean, listen, I ain't going to say anything about Freud, but I'm just saying, yeah, we've got all these ideas that we need as a human race, as humanity, as humans, we need to break them. We need to break them. And this is the year for it. 2019 is the year to break out of old ways of thinking, of seeing, of being. But you've got to go through that. That's work. It's painful physically. Believe me, I've been there this last 3 weeks. I won't tell you the deaths that I've died this last 3 weeks and the things that I've meditated on and reflected on. I mean, honestly, my brain is still like this. Honestly. So with the Hermit, yeah, some of you might be taking time out, actively taking time out to go within yourself, to understand what you're experiencing, etc., to understand where those labels are, because that's what you need to walk away from. You need to walk away from these labels. And I don't know why. Look, conflicts. You've got this inner conflict, and I'm not surprised. And I don't know what the label is for you as an individual Scorpio. Maybe someone told you were stupid. Maybe they said that you were a failure. That you're ugly. That you're a source of shame, or that you are no good, or whatever, that you're not attractive enough, whatever. We've all got things that we carry around with us. I've spent 3 weeks, so I know exactly what I tell you, I cannot tell you enough how exhausted I am right now, but you're on my last reading. Anyway, so it does create this conflict when we're going within, when we're trying to release, when we're trying to say, do you know what, I do not. I mean, it's taken me over a year to release the feelings I had for a specific person, but I kid you not, once this was after the new year. I got back on the Thursday, the first Thursday of 2019. Well, I got back to Leeds on the Wednesday, got changed, went straight out with my teacher friends. Didn't end up getting oh my word. Anyway, so Thursday I was in the bed, and I was like, and I was having that conversation. You have conversations with yourself, I do, about a specific situation, a specific feeling, a specific person. And I'm like, I just let myself say, I don't want that person anymore. I don't want that person. I don't want him. I do not want him. And I think I've tried to hold, in your heart. And I physically felt the difference literally in that area, in my heart chakra. Yeah, between my boobs. I mean, men, you don't have boobs, but the pec area. Between there, man. I felt it. I literally felt it. The change. But before the change comes, before I realised, before I wanted to admit it to myself, before I would allow myself to admit it to myself, this is what it's like. And you're all like, oh my gosh, what am I feeling? What am I wanting? What do I need to change? Is this really what I want? Am I in the right place? That's what this energy is. This is you saying, yeah, I'm happy. Then the universe goes, okay, prove it. Prove that this is what you want. Prove that this is where you want to be. Don't run away from this type of conflict. You need to face it, because this is the type of conflict. Look, This is like, oh my God, everything's perfect. You've got everything you want. I don't know why I'm doing these accents. You got everything you want. You got the love, you got the sex, you got the house, you got the kids, you got it all. Okay? And then that's what it's like with number 4. And then the universe says, yeah, you got your kids, but they don't sleep through the night. They don't stop asking questions. That's the 5. Do you still love your child? Yes, of course you still love your child. But that's the energy. I'm giving examples of what it's like, the 5 of wands. It's energies and things that arise and occur that make us question, am I in the right place? Does this need to change? And it brings up those type of questions. Am I in the right place? Does this need to, like, literally you think those things in your brain and you feel uncomfortable for thinking those things in your brain. But it's these type of energies that lead. Literally, I'm just going to hold these 2 cards up and just say, do this this month, do it, because that's what you need to do, because it's this type of energy, asking those type of questions, that brings us into awareness and that gives us that stability. I'm happy we see the Queen of Pentacles. Listen, I'm not being biased, but I'm Capricorn, I'm Queen of Pentacles. But it's a great card. This is about the recognizing the value of what you've got to offer, or what you want to offer, knowing where you want to put your energy, knowing what you want to manifest, understanding that you have something within yourself that needs to be nurtured. In this instance, it's like you need to nurture your intuition, emotions. You need to understand what these labels are that you've been carrying around, and you need to move away from them and walk away from them. Now, that is how life is. That's how life is. People think that this is what I say. For those of you that have watched my mantra video, I tell you what, I do these videos, don't even watch them. Well, watch it. Mantras, it's in Key Wisdom. And I draw a circle on a piece of paper, and I cut the circle in half, and I say, this is who we are. We are who we are because of all the things that we experience in our lives, and we also are who we are because of who we were when we were born. And life is about showing us, that it's a complete balance between those 2 things. Life should be. That's what happiness is. That's what nirvana is. I won't listen. Don't come to me. I know about what. But that's what nirvana is, I think, personally. That balance. People talk about enlightenment. Enlightenment's not like a place that you get to. It's not like a destination. It's like it's forever. It's like a world. It's like a universe. Enlightenment is. Anyway, you've got to have, there's got to be a balance. You've got to understand who you were when you came here, what talents, what gifts, what's your traits, naturally. And we get there through meditation. But also, you need to understand, how has this life affected me? And because he said that I was a piece of shit, and because they said that I was, and treated me like that I was a piece of shit, and I treated myself in that same way, does that mean that I am a piece of shit? Well, no. Sorry to swear. No, the answer is no, you're not a piece of shit. But it's about unpicking and unlearning some of these behaviours and some of these ways that it's manifested in your life. Scorpio, this is going to be a transformative year. 2019 is a year of transformation and evolution. That's what I'm going to do a video about, because it is. It's about transformation. It's about evolution this year. And for you, that is exactly how you are starting this year off in the month of January, February, moving into February. It's about recognising your worth, your value, where you need to put your energy and effort and work to manifest, and what it is you're trying to manifest, what it is you're trying to bring about. If you want to bring about a new relationship, a new emotional beginning with somebody, you can do that. If you want to bring about a new sense of self-love and self-acceptance, you can do that. But you have to do these things as well. In order to bring about this new, this is happening for you. But this is like, for some people, this is like you've been single for 20 years, and then this week you meet somebody, and it's literally like, oh my God, it's literally, it's like on the films, the birds are singing and the colours are brighter and you know, food tastes sweeter and all that stuff, right? Which is beautiful when it happens. But it's like, you've been single forever and ever and ever. So you meet someone this week and it's like, oh my God, like the bells and the whistles and the birds and the songs and the music and the light and everything's amazing. But then you're like, oh God, like you start to like, you go a few days into this relationship, a few weeks into this relationship, and you start getting faced with yourself. You start seeing yourself. You start realizing, shit, man, the reason I've been single for this long isn't because I've wanted to be single. It's because I'm like still holding on to this stuff. It's because I still believe that, what that idiot told me. It's because I didn't listen to myself. You know, and this is how it's affected me. I've started protecting myself. I've stopped opening up to people. And it's like you're starting to realise that. And that's all really positive. You know, awareness is what is transformative. Knowledge is power. You know, knowing something is what changes us, is what helps us to grow, is what helps us to move. Okay, I need a wee, so I'm going to have to wrap it up. I'm bursting. Okay, Scorpio, I hope you like this reading. Did you like this reading? Like this reading. Give it a thumbs up, please. Leave me a comment and also share this content on social media if you like. You can also subscribe by just clicking the little bell down there, clicking the little banner. And if you click the bell, you'll get notifications of all my uploads. My next readings are going to be uploaded next week, and they are love readings for the month of February. Don't forget to check out the playlists, okay? Because there's other additional things in there. My Key Wisdom playlist is excellent. There's other little snippets I'll be adding as life unfolds. And don't forget, you can check out the, what's it called? Astrology information for the month of January below. I always upload astrology information every single month, so just check below the video. And finally, if you haven't already, my darlings, please follow Key Wisdom Tarot on Instagram and on Facebook. Just search Key Wisdom Tarot for extra little snippets. Okay, I'll see you all next week. Scorpio, thank you so much for being here. Take care, my darlings. Bye.